Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
Can you hear yourself, bro? Oh, you're just gonna.
Yeah, no, I can hear.
Yeah.
I can hear. I can hear all this bickering and arguing.
All right, cool.
The beginning of the end of this podcast right now.
This is all right. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Voice Party Podcast. It's me here, JD. I'm here with fucking White Marcos and Black Joaquin.
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Solid. Great. And we got coughing ass fucking Phil here.
I'm pretty sure it's not COVID.
Motherfucker, don't you ever mention COVID while you're coughing.
That's what we're going to call this episode. I'm pretty sure it's not COVID.
I'm pretty excited about this next guest. I think we've tried to have him on for like 3 months. Corday said he was going to make it happen. And then I ended up just having to reach out to homeboy myself.
And then where's Corday at?
Let's talk about that later.
That's a whole nother episode.
Very like one of my favorite comics. When I started comedy, he was killing it already back then. You can catch him on his comedy album called Lakeview. Give it up for Kaseem Bentley.
What's up?
Yeah. What else into the producer? Why aren't you clapping? The racist.
I gotta push all the buttons.
The American History X looking producer over here. What is it going on? The white guy. You look like every white guy in a jazz group. You know? Why aren't you clapping, you grown baby? What's going on here? Thank you. God damn it, dog.
I always say he looks like the orange monster from Monster Inc. that gets the sock on him.
Oh, no, he does look like the Mucinex monster over there. That is wild, dog. I don't. Now that I learned that this operation is mostly funded by this KKK member, it looks like he lives in the woods. I'm really demystify what you think about podcasting, because the clips make it look like a Latino-owned operation. But this is, it's like when you remember the old rumors that Snapple was owned by the KKK. You know what I mean? And you're like, wow, because you thought it was Jews. You know what I mean? But now I know it's owned by, you know what I'm saying, an old wigger over here. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. And the skinny guy from Hustle and Flow over here is probably an investor, an angel investor. And then the gay black guy over here, you know what I'm saying? Or the nice black guy that only, do you date black women?
I try.
That means no. That means Latinas and Filipinos, you know what I mean? But it is the real funder. Why am I not? I need to talk to him. He's the guy.
I'll have you know, I identify as black, so.
You probably, do you date black women mostly?
No, I date women with good credit.
So, so Asians, right? So
He's married to an Asian.
Yeah, see? Niggas be thinking I'm fucking racist, but I know that face, dog. Not Filipino. You went higher on the food chain.
No, my wife's Filipino.
Oh, I knew it. I felt the C say good. You know what I mean?
That's
coming on.
really good.
Wow. Comedy and social work make you know people, but he is a good dude with a good regular sized white dick. You know what I mean? Because you're confident. You have above white male confidence. You know what I mean? When you make a woman of color come, that does a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you seem like you look like a background dancer. You know what I mean?
I have no
or like a nonprofit, like a social worker or group home
My
worker.
dad's a social worker.
Yeah, see? You have that face. You have that good face. You know what I mean?
I'm the lead singer of a band.
Really?
Yeah.
That jewelry did say a lot. You know what I mean? Is it like a rock band, or is it like...
No, it's a rock band.
Rock band? Okay, because now you're going to make
You're really spot on, though.
Oh, yeah, because you have that, like, Machine Gun Kelly before he transitioned.
Yeah.
You know, like, look, you know. Anyone got that wears...
Fashion-wise,
any guy that wears the Smurf beanie style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before his hairline, dude, hot topic all day, man. You know what I mean? Thought topic. That's your new name because you look a little skeezy. Thought Topic. You know?
I appreciate you making the time to come out here, bro.
Yeah, man. And nobody fucking paid for my Uber with this drug-fueled operation. What kind of shit is this? I could have stayed and done a horrible show at FCC Free or like Mutiny Radio or something.
Yeah, no, appreciate you coming out and just roasting the whole operation.
Oh, man. This coffee is fueling me, man. And I did 3 lines on the bathroom. So, like, whatever we need to do to get the views up on this shit.
Compliments of the house.
I'm trying to get you guys to sell out and sell this to a network.
That'd be
That's the
amazing.
goal.
That's the goal.
It's at a point where this thing, I'm starting to see it really build, and the thing that is going to need to happen is that you guys, I mean, look, I say this as somebody who's been in maybe 2 articles about my podcast, and I think that, like, it came off of just being out in the streets, but one thing I'll say is that, like, doing comedy and getting enough game, at a certain point in your career, you have to be a friend of the press.
Yeah.
And this is a great operation because this is like what the Bay Area is. A bunch of ragtag group, you know what I mean, multiracial, you know, it has a certain identity. It lends itself to saying something progressive, you know, and then at the head of it is a fucking Mexican, you know what I mean? And it's like that's incredible. That's a story. The fact that you guys are in this radon-filled, you know what I mean, factory with dilapidated walls, and I feel like this is funded by Armenians. I feel like there is something choppy about Salvadorians. Oh, so I'm out of here for MS-13. Goes to the doors of the bitch. But this is like so dope because I just had to talk to my boy Tim Young about podcast culture or podcasting in the comedy and urban spaces, and like you see it happening in LA because just all the major bigwigs there, but you see a lot of independent podcasts too, you know, comedy podcasts are like blowing up. Then New York has its own culture. Then you're starting to see stuff happen. Okay, you're definitely sick, dog. I see it flowing out of your mouth. It's like it's all green. And you're sweating. You're sweating like you're in court, you know what I mean, right now. Like
I was trying to find the perfect moment to mention our award-winning film currently streaming on Amazon Prime. So
wait, what's it about?
Oh, it's about JD trying and failing to lose weight.
Wait, what? Why don't you just go on NBC's Biggest Loser?
That's not even a show anymore.
Is it still on there?
No.
You could probably walk in and they would remake it.
They probably would make it. And it wouldn't be anything about
like, or go on Telemundo, you know what I mean? Like, or Entre Nos, you know what I mean? Are you worried about getting too fat?
No, because I already am too fat.
But do you fuck? Do you fuck a lot? No, keep it real. If you're gonna do this, I'll walk out of this podcast right now. We gotta make an agreement. We're gonna keep it real.
Wait. It is surprising how much game he has.
Wait, why is this so handsome? Whoa, the dude with AIDS has all this stuff to say about fucking, dog? What the fuck is going on here, dog? Are you gonna take this from Philadelphia over here, dog?
I'm just saying.
The lesbian of the group is gonna be talking about fucking. You a lesbian? Aren't you like trans or something? What are you talking about?
I think I need to start checking.
I'm not taking this shit from the LGBT mafia over here. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just
because he's dressed like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You gonna sit
surprises
here
me.
talking shit?
I'm very amazed, I should say.
I'm amazed too, to be honest.
Why? You're a very handsome. You know why? You're a fat guy with skinny guy potential.
Damn. Never heard that.
Because you're very handsome. You look almost like presidential.
Yeah, really?
Like you could run for the mayor of Los Angeles.
Oh shit.
Like you under like a Republican ticket, and you sit there. Oh, you have Republican hair, dog.
Oh,
you look like a fat Mexican vampire.
That's true.
That fucking hair, dude. You look like your dad was Ronald Reagan and a burrito. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. You have jet black, like George Lopez hair.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and
Trump will fly
your head is just as big as George Lopez.
Right, yeah. See, the thing is, like, I feel like this is, as long as this is okay, the rest, you know, until I get it to what I want it to be.
Why not just be fat though? It's very castable. You have a very like, I don't know, kind of like, you know, like when George Lopez gets another show, but it'll be like on Freeform.
I'll be his coworker.
Yeah,
he has
in the
another
factory. This could be a show. See, you guys are retarded. I'll say it. I'm tired of trying to be like mentally challenged. You know, retarded. It doesn't matter. Retarded. Right over here. What if you were? Retarded, dog. Nah, I'm tired of this shit, dog.
Wait,
you need a clip. You need a clip to go viral.
We do.
You know, you gotta have every clip. You're gonna need a black clip for Shade Room.
Wait, what would the show be about?
Wait, my headphones are going out.
Oh shit! Can you hear?
Oh no, I only hear one. Wait,
I can hear you.
I can hear me, but it's like I'm having a stroke in my ears. What's going on here? This is. Wait, I'm able to see all that moving around.
It's a sound guy coming.
Oh wait, no, wait.
You got it.
Wow, you move quick. I just gonna get no meat between your legs.
It's physics, you see. Less friction and all of that.
Wow, dog, you look like an unsponsored skater. This is wild shit, dog. You look like, you remember that show Betty on HBO? I hear you. Oh, dude, he has a huge dick. You can tell, dude. Those skinny white guys, those big danglers, look like a fishing lure. That's crazy.
I'm finally at 3 inches.
Dude, are you only at 3 inches?
Dude, I wish.
Are you thick down there?
No.
Really? How thick are you? When they're hard?
Nah, not at all.
Are you under 5?
No.
So when you're hard, you're like 6?
Yeah.
That's all right. You'll still get it sucked at 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You fuck white women or all?
What? Yeah, like.
At a certain length, you have to stay with your own race.
I'm Mexican.
He's Mexican.
What?
I'm Mexican.
What's with this show, dog?
Yeah.
Are you? What are you? Like Chinese or something?
He's Puerto Rican.
Dude, he looks Puerto Rican.
I mean, my assigned at birth ethnicity is.
You look
is
like
white,
you were in Terror Squad at some point in your life. You were probably back in Fat Joe with a 4X, 8X. You know what I mean?
What was that?
Like, lean back. You're really Puerto Rican?
And he's also half Mexican. Half Mexican and full Mexican.
Wait.
I'm a quarter.
really
Wait. This isn't Alfonso Ribeiro? Hey, I thought this was really Alfonso Ribeiro, dog. You're part Mexican?
I'm a quarter Latino, yeah.
Really? What's the other
Like,
part? Huh?
Oh, 75% black, but
Yeah, but are you like Caribbean or some shit? Really? All right. You like...
What are you?
I'm first of all, I'm right wing. You want to let you know that first. I'm an American. That's what I am. I don't give a fuck about this other shit, but I'm American. Stars and bars, baby. Back to blue. That's what I'm talking about. I'm stars and bars, first of all. Fuck red, black, and green. I'm fucking red, white, and blue, baby. I'm Team America, dude. With my pronouns, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. That's like my pronouns are no fat chicks, dude.
Say retarded again.
Retarded. Fucking retarded. Big. I'll sing it. I'm fucking retarded. Right? Dog, there's a retarded podcast. I saw it on fucking YouTube. I gotta find the name. I remember I saw it last week. I was watching Living Party, and I remember vaguely.
What do you mean by a retarded?
There's 2 hosts, and there gets these 2 garbanzo bean shaped head ass, dented soup can ass niggas, and I was like, welcome back. Welcome. And it's like, Timmy and Skip. And they're sitting there, and they're trying to, and it's like 2 retarded dudes just talking, trying to make a conversation. It's so entertaining. I peed on myself in my office because it's just like, what did I do today? And they try to talk about their lives, and one talks about dating as a retarded guy, and it's so sad because you think like, you know, you have dry times, and you're like, I don't even know that, dude. Like you'll get shot down as a guy with normal intelligence,
sure.
And these 2 fucking wet rags sitting here. I don't know what's up with chicks, man. I'm at the center. I'm talking to you, and they're like, nigga, you got apples in your backpack. You're wearing a diaper. Of course you can't score with these fucking Riris. You know what I mean? These Rihannas, retarded Rihannas out here. And they're just trying to talk about current events. You know? Which, dog, this is wild. This is the funniest thing I saw last week. Nigga, I saw a guy.
This is the clip.
I saw a regular guy.
We had like 17 clips.
But you know like how we always had this conversation. The way I always think about retarded people, like, you know, it's like that Tony Sparks joke where it's like he wasn't that retarded. I saw a guy having a regular conversation at a bar, my bar they have. There was a retarded guy at the bar. I went to go take a piss, right? I was coming home from a long, I was there in the daytime, and I guess and the date they opened like really early, like, so you know it's a shit bar, you know. And it was like just a guy with his shoulder, his arm on the bar, talking to a regular guy, just having a normal conversation, just about the weather, and I don't know, it's not that funny, but it's just like I just forgot, like how, like I forgot, you really are sick. I'm sick now. You know what I'm saying? But like,
is your mic muted?
Yeah, I'm muted.
Okay.
Okay, I saw him have a regular conversation with a retarded guy, and I was mesmerized because I just forget that, like, retarded people have feelings, you know what I mean, and have value, you know what I mean, and they have, like, they're complicated people. Dog, that blew my mind. One time I was in Koreatown when I was living in LA. I was walking around Koreatown, just sad, you know what I mean? And I went into this Korean bar, and it was just full of like Korean semi-underworld kind of people, and everyone had big heads like the both of y'all. And I guess sat there, and it was the most surreal thing I ever saw in my life. I saw a retarded Korean like young person with a cowboy hat on drinking milk, and I didn't bring my phone that night. If I would have had that phone and I would have taken a very clear photo, it would have been in the Smithsonian or the MoMA, you know what I mean, or something, because it was so beautiful. He had these tight ass eyes that were all droopy, and he had his big ass forehead like you, right? And I sat there, and he just sat there in that cowboy hat, which made me think, did he think he was Mexican? Because it was like a Mexican rancher hat, and he was drinking milk, and it's like 11 at night on a Tuesday, and this Korean retard is just drinking milk or soy milk. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And just a regular night. And I felt so sad because I had no bitches. I had none going on. My next set was probably Thursday, and I was just lonely, and I had to work some dumb job. And I was sitting there, and I was like, he's living his best retarded Korean life. And why would I be sad about my life? I have degrees. I'm smart. I'm not retarded. You know what I mean? And it made me perk up. We need to really, really like honor the retarded, bro.
See how like blissful they live.
Yeah, because they don't. You never see a retarded guy being like, "Oh, I gotta do my taxes." Like, not, fucking Bumble. These fucking chicks on Bumble acting like they never have to worry about getting canceled. What's the funny thing about a retarded guy getting canceled?
Heartbroken.
Yeah, like walking around in the rain. Well, he probably is walking around in the rain. Right? Thinks it's like daytime or some shit. Like, ooh, the sky is sweating. Right? Retarded, fucking retarded, dude. Fucking retarded. Fucking retarded. You can't cancel me. I canceled myself, you bitch ass niggas. Follow me on all social media. Kaseem Bentley on all social media.
Man, that was poetry.
Aren't you glad we have that disclaimer at the beginning of the episode?
It's going to come in handy for this episode.
Yep.
How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
6 months. 6 months. I went to Toastmasters and I took a class. I say that now at a lot of shows after I really kill, right. And people come up to me like, because I just have that friendly black guy to me, but I hate them so much. You know what I mean? I just want to murder people, and they'll be like, "Hey, dude, fucking man, that was fucking great." Like they had never seen a black guy talk, you know what I mean? Right. It's like, fucking shit, dude. Fucking, how long you been doing that? I'm like, 4 months. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. I did this last week. This fucking bro, he gets his polo wearing, and he had U.S. polo on, which is like for your people, you know what I mean? And it's like, he gets candid like, how long you been doing style, dude? He sat down there like he had a menthol stuck in his throat. Like, how long you been doing style, man? And his chick was just dumb, just fucking dumb. And she was so hot, and I just wanted to fuck his night up. I was like, that was my third set, dude, ever. And he was like, oh, fucking honor, dude. I was like, yeah, dude, I just got the feeling, man, and people just give me sets, and I'm just like, he's like, what the fuck? And I think, he how old are you, dude? I'm like, well, I'm 61. Why are you looking? Why are you looking? You know what I mean? It's like losing his mind. And I just love seeing white minds melt. You know what I mean? I just lie to people, dog. I lie to white people, and I love it so much. Like, you're a good guy. And I understand. Oh, you're Puerto Rican, so, like, are you full Puerto Rican? Are you sure you're not part, like...
He's not Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah, because I felt like there is something very Germanic.
He's got German.
Spruner is his last name. It's German. Spruner.
Spruner.
Yes. That's German, right? I think.
Yeah, it's a German name.
Yeah.
It's a German name.
Yeah, you look like you just...
He wears do-rags.
Wait.
He does. He does.
Wait.
Yeah.
But you wear it because you're on your motorcycle, right? You don't want to get bugs on your head or something? What do you like?
Like Hulk Hogan.
Wait, but you look like what's that wrestler in WWE? He was the big white guy.
Undertaker?
No. He was a fat guy. I think it was King Kong Bundy. You look like King Kong Bundy. Like, Google. Wait, do you guys show stills? Put it next to him.
We should.
Retarded. Fucking retarded. No. Wait, you look like King Kong Bundy. Somebody pull this up.
Holy crap, you do.
I already know what King Kong Bundy look like.
Is that your dad? He's so bad right now.
Oh, this was the first picture that came up.
Or you look like the guy from Mouse and Men.
Oh, that's him, all right. Not Phil, but...
Or you look like Guy Branum. You know Guy Branum is the comic guy for the gay comic Guy Branum. You have so many looks going on. It's good that you have the jazzy, soul patchy, like prison racist fucking goatee.
Today would have been the day to wear the do-rag.
Why do you wear a do-rag, dude?
Well, like I told you, I identify as black.
He's from Richmond.
Yeah, I was born in Oakland, raised in
That doesn't
Richmond.
mean that means you're unlucky. What do you like? You know Coach Carter or something going on here? Were you like a center on the Coach Carter team? What is this like white Tyler Perry movie you're trying to make? I'm from Richmond, California, dude. I'm just like you. No, you're not, nigga. The cops came in here, shot. You're gay. The bullets wouldn't even enter you. They would get stuck between the tamale in your fucking stomach, and then you define because you could just go like this, and like, all right, brother, and then see you at the WWE meet and greet. Get out of here, dog. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Be white or be retarded. Fucking retarded. Dog, there is nothing better than being a big white. Because here's the thing about it: you're a big white guy, and you need if you get the chances you're going to get divorced. You have kids?
I got some stepkids.
Dang it, those aren't your real kids. Those are rented kids. Those are like those are Netflix kids. Those are like remember Netflix used to come to your house, scratch it up, leave it. You can leave them Filipino kids at a fucking Jollibee, and you can start all over. You know what I'm saying? The chances, how long y'all been married?
What is it? Almost a year, like 8 months.
How long y'all been together?
I want to say
years.
this is the
6?
This is the most a guest has ever talked to Phil. And
Yeah, most people see me with my Make Podcast Great Again hat, and they're like, ooh, I don't know about him. He's all pro-police and pro-guns. I don't know.
Wait, are you?
Yeah, I'm a Republican.
Wait, wait. Now this is the part where you're improving some bullshit to get me to be all what? You really are?
Yeah, I can't stand Democrats. I talk about it all the time on the show.
I gotta not ever watch this show. Like, I watched the clips, but I did not know. Wait. Stop.
you just said you're right wing.
The disclaimer.
I'm doing that.
Disclaimer in the front.
I'm trying to get a deal. You know what I mean? And as soon as I do it, I'm fucking back to black, baby. Team losing team, Democrats. Wait a minute. Stop the tape. Stop. This is the most interesting part. I mean, okay, wait a minute, bro. Fuck all you three. This old black eyed peas shit over here. Like, let me understand this. This lima bean looking ass thing over here. This navy bean, this racist navy bean over here. You are a Republican?
Yeah.
So ever since his car got broken into.
They stole the catalytic converter. He hasn't let it go since.
So for $3,000, we can get you back to not being racist.
Yeah.
If you would have put a cover over your fucking catalytic
We've
converter.
been trying to bring him back over to the other side.
So because somebody stole it, you're on the wrong side of history.
Yes.
That is so petty. That's what, you know what? You're not racist, you're poor. that's what, this is more about economics, more than about your things about CRT, you know what I mean? Or the economy. You really, wait, you're married to a Filipino. You're probably good friends with him.
He's one of my best friends.
You have problems, all right? But most of you Mexicans want to be like him, you know what I'm saying? Gets a bunch of sellouts. And then the simple black guy, the fucking...
Simple black guy.
Like, the guy is probably smarter than everyone, you know what I mean? Well, I went to a PWI, you know what I mean? And then, I don't know, you know what I mean? You're the future. I don't know what you are. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You're not even real. You're probably like AI, right? LGBTQAI.
Retarded AI.
But you are a Republican.
Yeah.
He says he is.
I'm always talking shit about Democrats on this show.
That doesn't matter. I talk shit about Democrats all day, and I'm gonna die a Dem. You know what I mean? I will die a super Dem. You know what I mean? I'm them boys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
this is your intervention, Phil.
I'm like, dude, we might need a chunk 'em, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be on here. This is Black History Month, dog. This is really. How are you even taking this, my guy? You sitting here? This dude wants to curb stomp you.
We've been friends since 8th grade, he and I.
Would you guys fuck or something? Like, what's going? Like, what is the secret? How are you friends? This is why
He wasn't always Republican.
So wait, you
And I
got
don't
your
truly
catalytic
believe
converter
he's a full
stolen,
Republican.
and then now
No,
you're
he made that up.
okay. But you've always been a Republican.
No, I
This is
used to, like,
Bernie.
when I was young and dumb, I was a Democrat, because in California, you're led to believe you have to be. And then as I got older, I realized, hey, a lot of the policies they're passing are making my life harder, and I don't agree with a lot of things they agree with. And I jumped ship and never looked back.
Now I see some people who are Republicans later in life where it becomes more of a fiscal issue. Or because when it comes to social, that's when it becomes a real problem.
It's a lot of things. It's cost of living and taxes.
Okay.
California has the highest cost of living.
So you're
and the highest
conservative when it
taxes.
comes to money.
I'm conservative when it comes to finances. I'm conservative when it comes to crime. I think we're too soft on crime. I think we need to be harder on crime.
Can I ask you this question? I mean this from my heart. Have you been a victim of crime throughout your life? And before you answer, because I know you're really itching because no one's ever talked to you. This is like Black Dr. Phil, you know what I mean? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to talk to the young man, understand why he is a Republican, and all his friends are progressive people of color. So have you been a victim of crime throughout your life? Or if you have, has there been an event that maybe contributed to your new change in your political beliefs?
Everybody, just put your mic down.
Oh Lord! No, so I personally haven't, but when you see it on the
Yeah, he's like blacks. Okay, wait.
But you see it on the news and everything, and it's like, I don't want to have to worry about like getting my car broken into or robbed when I'm trying to bring my kid to the park, and I don't have to worry about like, I do video production. I don't have to worry about, am I going to get robbed at gunpoint while I'm out here trying to make a living for my family?
But those are huge generalizations. You're
Right. What
very
does that have to do
macro
with
about
being
this.
Democrat or Republican?
Well, because you see, like in California, they're decriminalizing things left and right. It's like they don't want to dispatch the police. They're being really soft. You see stores getting robbed left and right. People just running out with shopping carts full of stolen merch. And California's like, well, sucks to be you anyway. And nobody wants to do anything about it. And that kind of thing is infuriating because I have friends who are business owners and I don't want them to become victimized like that. And I think as a society, that's sending a bad message that, well, there's no consequences for bad behavior as long as it's not too bad. As long as you're not killing anybody, you're fine. Go crazy. I don't really agree with that. I think that's sending a bad message to people.
So just so I understand, and I'm really not trying to set you up to make you look like the bad guy because I think you've done a good job of that. I understand. I mean, the deal is gone now, man. Most podcast networks are owned by Democrats, you know what I mean? Except the East Coast ones. I mean, maybe like Compound Media or something so because we're looking at crime and maybe not looking at all the systemic issues that contribute to the high rise in crime, especially in a place like, because you live in Concord or where do you live?
I live in Walnut Creek.
This is getting very interesting. This is getting very confusing. No, because we all know there's bad parts of Walnut Creek. It's not, and so, we all get, the BART station looks a little, every once in a while, but what part of Walnut Creek, did you grow up in Walnut Creek?
No, I grew up in Richmond, and then I finally got out.
But can I ask you, what part of Richmond?
I was
Central.
Central Richmond.
Central.
42nd Street.
Did you grow up poor? Or did you grow up with?
I've always been poor. I'm still poor.
Interesting. This is all very interesting. So we're looking at
He doesn't live in he doesn't have a mansion in Walnut Creek.
No, I knew that.
No, it's an apartment.
Yeah,
it's an apartment.
No, I know you have a very apartment vibe. You know what I mean? Like a very rent on the fifth. Right? And that's not a problem. Everyone rents. You know what I mean? But could you still live with your parents, right? All right. So
How did you know that?
Dog, your posture.
It's the beanie.
You have a very much I'll be upstairs kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
We don't have an upstairs.
You'll be down the hall. Yeah. So, I'm saying, you look like alfalfa. It's the weirdest side, dog. All right, let's get back.
Oh shit.
Let's get let's get back to Ted Romney over here. So you grew up poor, and this is a very interesting thing as a person of color who grew up. I guess when I was a child, we were not making this crazy money, but then we ended up making upper middle, black middle class. But that has nothing to do with me, but I'm looking at when I see people turn Republican and they grew up poor, and you grew up in, I would say, a diverse neighborhood.
I mean, yeah, I would say that. Okay,
so, and I don't want to say what your surroundings or the people in your neighborhood should say. You have a connection, or you have a responsibility to your community, right? But so you grew up poor, ethnically diverse, and you would say up until a certain point you were a Democrat. But here's a question I ask: is did you always know why you were a Democrat?
Well, it's because in California you're led to believe you're supposed to be. Republicans are vilified in California because it's a blue state. So it's Democrat or bust. And so I was kind of raised to believe, well, Democrats are the good guys, Republicans are the bad guys. And
what was your life like when you were a Democrat? Was it?
I mean, I was young and dumb. I was working fucking minimum wage retail customer service jobs.
Okay. So, which you could do at any.
Yeah, not that has anything to do with anything, but it's just as I got older and wanted to build a better life for myself, I was like, hey, they're making things a lot harder for guys.
But that's interesting. These sweeping generalizations about and not you know what? I'm not the guy here. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and try to Charlie Rose you all day. But it is interesting when you kind of talk about your life that it's these sweeping generalizations about how you grew up, and then and everything's based on California. Yeah. I've not heard
because this is the only place I've lived.
But it's it's funny when you talk to people who are very diehard about their political parties, you know what I mean? And they look at the problems that are coming from the other side. It's always based on my thing is very funny when we start talking about you're saying California, right? But I've not heard anything about government, certain laws, certain very, pinpointing very big, huge actions by government, by Gavin Newsom or by whoever who was in charge. But I'm more interested in looking at
if you go to Nevada, you'll hear guys in Nevada trashing Gavin Newsom.
Which is very. But it's funny and those opinions I'll listen to, because sometimes when you're in a vacuum, and when you live in somewhere like California, right, and there's a certain point where people will be with their party and they'll shut off, right? And because we need leaders, and then we also understand that a lot of us are not. How should I put this? A lot of us want to be led. And a lot of us, and that's what is funny about politics, where that's why political change.
Or latch on to ideologies.
Yeah. Yeah, let's. If we're gonna try to get deep, not be retarded, right? And retarded, Republican. They all start with R's, right? And it's like you can't spell retarded Republican. You know what I mean? It's like so that would be a great series for you, the retarded Republican. What about those Democrats? I mean, my friends were all robbed. No, okay, but okay. So I want to get to this because I don't want to go totally ADD. I want to get really focused on this, right? Because this is what happens when you get into high-minded issues and you're not prepared. You just have to do a lot of stammering and stummering and a lot of uhs have to be edited out. Here's the thing I want to understand. Up until you started seeing a change in these neighborhoods, when you started seeing crime happen to your friends, which sounds very personal, right? But then your own views on like being a victim and understanding that you're being not protected, because there's a thing that happens where people start seeing a scarcity, you know what I mean, of resources, you know what I mean, or opportunities. And we all want to have those opportunities in life, and we have to go find it. Now, sometimes it's like, you know, you want to say, get on my 1-2s, you know, pull up your bootstraps and just do it, you know what I mean? But there's a thing that I find is when I see people who change, right, especially people who are not people of color or people who are, maybe just not saying it's all right to be a Democrat, but I think when people change, I see it's the same thing. Seeing crime happen, it's like we need being more punitive, and we need higher circumstances, or not circumstances, like punishments. And the world, I think for people who are Democrats, they really don't understand, because the thing that happens is there seems to be a coldness when you talk to Republicans about what should happen, you know, and it's funny because like when
capital punishment.
Yeah, and funny thing, you talk to people, not saying you, but when you talk to people who are conservative, like a lot of Democrats can understand. I'll say some can understand like about having which they feel is more logical approach to kind of eradicate all systemic issues that contribute to crime and the decline of society. It will take funding providers, and nonprofits and social workers, and because things on a cellular level, people just don't do things just to do them. There are huge
causes.
Reasons. Yeah, causes a lot.
There's this thing I read that capitalism creates so many different forms of crimes or criminals that don't exist in other places that don't have the problems we have here,
right?
Socially, you know. There's a reason they're stealing shit. When you really look at why someone's stealing, why they're raiding stores, what are they doing? They're selling it because there's a bigger problem in the back that's that's leading them to go cause crime.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trickle down, right? You know what I mean? So understanding and it's so funny when we talk about crime, we always take a look at like things like drugs, robberies, this and all that, gangs, everything. But when we talk about corporate crime, we're talking about embezzlement, we're talking about if we even look at
money laundering,
like Enron, or you know what I mean, or even looking at something like it's funny when I hear that
Chevron, which is in our neighborhood.
Those people, if they do get caught, get smacks on the wrists.
Yeah, smacks on the wrist, a fine, and everything. And when you take a look at that affects let's say you look at a Darkwater or something, right? And you'll see all these people, and it affects entire towns, white towns, right? And sit there, and in
Is it Darkwater or Blackwater?
Blackwater.
And they just got bought by Monsanto, which is scary.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know what this.
You know, it's a fucking like a mercenary.
What if we just edited you out?
It's a mercenary group. And they got bought out by one of the biggest food. I don't know what they're called.
Would you say it's manufacturer?
Agricultural? Yeah, they own.
So what do you think they're doing? A mercenary group if you're for an agriculture.
Oh, you have
group.
a vegetable garden? Send the death squad.
No. Oh, this tribe in the Amazon doesn't want to let go of their
land. Kill them all. Yeah.
But let's say we're just going, and that's not to attack you, but it is just funny when I see people. Republicans, let's just say, and they have a vested interest to represent Republicans, and they'll be at war with Democrats, but everything, there's a certain ceiling to where they can talk about it, right? And I'm not the best example.
Are you kind of explaining it to like those people that were raised in a super religious family, and then all of a sudden they're goth?
Yeah, very living in extremes. You know what I mean? But I'm always shocked with. I call it the Facebook Republican. You know what I mean? Like you saw him in high school, it was cool. And next thing you know, he's a cop. And next thing you know, it was like, what's the deal with going on in the city, bro? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not racist, but and then he's like, Chip is going the other side, and it is because they'll just start seeing. issues that maybe they have firsthand like accounts of or they're around. But it's once again, because I'm a nonprofiter, you know what I mean? So when you start looking at the systemic issues that lead to crime and you lead to the determining factor, but then we start going higher up the food chain. And I'm not saying we have to compare and contrast all day. It is just really interesting how we view crime from the bottom and looking at people from the top. Right. Because once again, when you look at how certain, let's say conservatives who are in certain companies or, corporations and how they just filter and purge and steal from like the common man. And I know that it happens too with Democrats because look, one of
the dirtiest groups.
Yeah. Once you start becoming like lobbyists or you start becoming like, once you start getting like into certain houses, like they're all dirty, right? And I understand everybody in the end wants to seem like they're right. But we kind of can keep it funky, that like when it comes to like, when you think about all the atrocities that have happened with large companies and how it affects communities, it's not a guy that looks like Barack Obama or a guy that looks like JFK. It's a motherfucker look like you know what I mean? No matter, or when you had hair, you know what I mean? It's like, so to sit here and say I'm Team Red all day, donkey, or elephant.
It's an elephant for the Republicans.
And okay, it's like if you went like this, it'd be crazy. It's like it seems mind-boggling when I think about when I get to see I in the past before comedy I was working with like old people, right? And I would see old Republicans and I'd work with them and it gets it's funny because you're in your 30s, right? Yeah, so you have the energy to be wrong. You know what I mean? But when you're old, I see guys be like, I don't know anymore, because you had enough time to reflect back. So I'm not against you. I just know that like if you continue this way, I can't wait. If I can, I will lose the weight, be skinny like this guy, just to see if you're gonna be this way at 70, because it will be so sad. With your Filipino wife, having to sit here, listen to your rhetoric, and your children. If you pop one out, that kid's gonna know that my dad believes that the cops were right for shooting that black child 81 times for a pack of gum or they thought his phone was a gun. And then my dad is back to blue sitting in your Barker lounger like, yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. Understand it. Yeah. And like, it's like you're going to look so washed at 70, dog.
I mean, let's not confuse things. Like, you can be
here comes the podium.
You can be pro-police and anti-police brutality. I'm not a fan of excessive force, and I think there needs to be police reform and police accountability.
But what are your thoughts about police reform?
This is what makes me think he's not totally Republican, because he's got a lot of views, though, that
Are you more libertarian? Do you know what
I took one of those Facebook tests that says I was right-wing authoritarian. So
wait, okay, man. Okay, that last part.
That's why. That's why.
Man, this generation.
What year did you start doing comedy again?
I started 4 months ago. And I'm on tour right now. It's the Stars and Bars tour. No, I started 15 years ago.
You started 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and you were in LA for how long?
I was in LA for 2 years.
Okay, so first time I met you in person, we did a show together in Berkeley at some theater.
Whose show? Was it like La Peña or something?
No, I forgot.
Was it a Sereni show?
No, it was like 2012.
2012.
I'll tell you off air.
No, just say it on air, man. Look, man, if you want to get there, you gotta, man. You seem like you have a lot in you.
Yeah.
And it's not diabetes. You know what I mean? It's like the glucose. You have a lot in you. It's like it's sugar. It's a lot of sugar.
Whose show is it?
Yeah, man. These people aren't famous. If they were famous, I'd be like, dude.
No, it was Lyle Barron show. You were hosting.
Oh, Lyle. Was this Thin Lyle or Fat Lyle?
A Thin Lyle.
That was a terror. Thin Lyle was a terror. Big Lyle now is a terror because Big Lyle, he looks like he'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Lyle's talks like racism doesn't like nothing will happen to him, and like he's light skinned. He's like the most angry light skinned guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were hosting Chinidu.
Oh, the one at the marsh, at the marsh.
That's what it was.
The marsh. They had this really. I've been telling people about that.
There's a piano on the side of the stage. You remember
that was a really weird night because. Okay, this is a great night. This is why comedy. there's some moments in comedy you have to go and say, at this moment I have to stop doing this. This type of show, this type of act. No, the show is great.
Yeah.
Because he was beginning to do his laugh, whatever his name of the show is.
Yeah.
So Lyle had this guy Chinadu Anako, who I just saw
HBO,
on.
right?
He's on everything. I just saw him at Abbott Elementary, and he was this handsome, tall Nigerian guy, and he comes in, and all these other Nigerians there. So all these motherfuckers look like they about to. It was a bunch of people in the room that looked like they were here to run the Beta Breakers, right? So, and all these ashy elbow motherfuckers, right? They come in. I come here to see Chinadu. Is he here right now? And they're like, he's in the room. Oh, thank you very much. You know, they come in, right? And then all these guilty people, I know, like how it used to be, like guilty Democrat, you know what I mean? All these looking, you know, and then allows it with this badass Middle Eastern chick, which, by the way, dude, like you're an interracial dater. I can tell by your beanie, right? And it's like, dog, have you ever dated a Middle Eastern chick?
No, I have not.
Yeah, that voice doesn't say that would happen. Like, you know, because your studio is black. You know what I mean? Like, you notice, like Middle Eastern chicks, they love trashy black guys. You know what I mean? Like, like you know, like or Lyle. Like Lyle seems like he's real like clubby. You know what I mean? So Lyle's there, and I forgot you run the show.
Yeah. Well, I was still new. I was still like, you know.
I remember you because you look so like not wholesome, but like
I was wearing Dickies all the time back in those days.
You're wearing Dickies now. Like you're wearing Dickies denim. Your whole outfit is sponsored by Kohl's. Like, you know what I'm saying? You bought it with Kohl's cash. You know? You look like you pay for your outfit with cigarettes money, like Marlboro money. When you have denim no sleeves, that says a lot.
He says Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, no, it was Triple H that wore the denim vest.
Yeah, I was just so happy to be involved.
So Stone Cold, like Stone Cold. Oh, whatever. Wait, you were like Johan's boy, right?
Yeah. That's.
How do you feel about him now? Because he's blowing up.
He's blowing. Yeah, we just had him on here, and you know, we did another project together. It's crazy.
Wait. We gotta get the news. What is that? Are you gonna be on that? Are you gonna be on this fool?
No. We
edit this out.
we made
they wanted real actors.
Yeah. They don't want me.
You should, dude. See, that's the problem with Bay Area people. See. You so stupid. Retarded. Fucking retarded. Fucking el retardo. You're a wrestler. El retardo. The mentally challenged. What do they call lucha libre?
Yes.
He's like, he's like,
no, yeah, you're right. We like because like the writers on the show are from the Bay Area.
Wait, you've moved your seat so much that way. Do you want to?
Hey, the thing is broken again. I can't hear. Can you fix it, White Slave? Come on, fix it, boy. Fix it, boy. Hurry up. Hurry up, and I'll be sleeping with your wife later. Hurry up. I say. Come on, machine gun.
I gotta say that I'm proud as shit to see, you know, like Johan in that world now. Because when I remember when we started. Did you do our show in Berkeley?
I've never done anything you've done.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That sounded really mean, but I guess I'll be more honest at 45. Like I don't know you.
Yeah, no.
Like,
yeah.
No, I don't. I've never done anything. That's why I'm happy to be here. Sorry, I'm a little ADD right now. The coffee's hitting me, but. Like what?
So just, you know, I mean, because I'm sure you've had this feeling where like Johan and I started a little showcase in Berkeley. And then we did it for like a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
And now he went off and did his thing in LA, and now he's writing on TV shows.
Yeah.
To remember, you know.
You must hate him so much.
No.
Why didn't you bring me with you? I'm in a garage, and he's in a writer's room drinking like all types of flavored waters and getting hand jobs from hipster girls on the east side. And you're performing with what looks like a men's shelter. I mean, like. You must hate him so. Do you ever like text him like "save me"? I'll do anything. I'll be a writer's assistant.
No, like
you really should think about it, dude. He's sick. I don't know what's your deal, man. You look like a social worker. You know what I mean? And he hates you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, dog. You need to go on that show, bro.
I actually like hang out with him quite often.
You need to hang out with him a lot more. This is a great operation.
Yeah.
But now I know that he's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
You won't make it to November. You know what I'm saying? And you obviously, I don't know. What are you, like a sub? Are you like a substitute teacher or something?
Oh my God, I am an
Are you
educator.
psychic,
Yes.
Doug?
Oh, because black guys are tough. I do, because I get it, dude. I fuck with you. You don't think because I see the way you look at me and it's so much judgment. I know you work in education. It's like black sarcasm I see all day. And because you came in wearing you came in wearing everything but the right thing, you know what I mean? And you just woke up. I know you showered because you black. You haven't showered since like Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? White guys don't be showering, dog. And be proud of it. Well, you're gay, so I mean you're clean. You know what I mean? I get it. Gotta keep that butthole clean, you know what I mean? Use the fleet, use the poppers.
Retarded.
Fucking retarded. Not retarded. On the spectrum, though. Retarded.
Oh shit, man.
No, you need to look, bro. I'm at a point being middle age where I feel like I'm turning into old black man. Like next time you see me, you're gonna see me wearing a cabbie hat.
This is like a Dick Gregory interview.
Thick Gregory. That's my name. Thick Gregory. Thick Dick Gregory.
His real black interviews where he's just like, I didn't ask you what you think.
Yeah, you ever watch Dick Gregory? He's like, is he dead?
He's dead now.
Oh, so he's in heaven. Gets like, yes, I went to go see Dick Gregory in Oakland, and he's just like the most it's like he's like human B12. You know what I mean? Like whatever African herbs he takes, he needs. You know, he used to sell Bahamian diet.
Yeah, he did.
And my dad lost hella weight. My dad lost weight so quick. People thought he had AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that shit. Like in the 80s we called it he's sick. You know what I mean? Like he said, what's wrong with him?
That's whenever like you see a middle-aged Mexican, if he loses weight, he most likely just got diagnosed diabetes, or he's got cancer. It's one of the two. Like
what? Really? What kind of?
Because middle-aged Mexicans don't just lose weight.
So if I saw Rudy Ortiz lose hella weight, I'd be like, Rudy's probably got colon cancer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He's got colon cancer.
If Mexican middle-aged
or crack
healthy, yeah, you're always like, first thing is, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
I feel like Mexican crack is probably spicy. It's got tahini on it or something. You know? Like lime. He squeezes lime on it on the pipe. He's like, hey, hold on. Like, I like to take a little lime. I put it around the rim.
It's funny you said Rudy because I was just with him last night.
Of course you were. Thick Mexicans gotta stick together, Doug. We guys at the Improv. You guys were out there riding around, listening to Lighter Shade of Brown or something.
There's beef right now with the Latino comedies.
What? Wait a minute, dog. You need to. This is the clip.
You're following that whole George Lopez thing, right?
I saw a clip this week that a guy, I forget his name,
Ralph
talked
Barboza.
about. Did he? And
Yeah.
he said,
No.
It was
Steve Trevino.
And then
the radio
the Steve
interview, right?
Trevino clip.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
That fuck. Well, yeah, because you love gossip. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? Your people like, well, okay. You know what I mean?
So Steve Trevino is saying that it's my duty to help out the other guys coming up.
Yeah.
And George Lopez like, I think I don't think you should look out for yourself. You know, because he's known for not wanting to help other Mexican comics.
Really?
That
makes sense because I never saw him, but I would look at the post from his tours.
Yeah.
And he always had like a mixed group. Like he always had like non-Latino openers.
Supposedly, I don't know if it's true, but this is what I've heard.
Allegedly,
that if
smart.
That if there was other
Mexican, if have a white guy that knows this shit, you don't get in trouble. So keep saying allegedly.
Allegedly, if there was some tours where they'd book another Mexican comic on there, and he would say, if I'm not the only Mexican comic, I'm out of this tour. Like that's what I've has come out recently. And there was like problems with him and Gabriel Iglesias coming up.
I saw that clip where they did like the Three Amigos tour or some shit
like
and they were all in their respective green rooms. And they all weren't fucking with each other.
Yeah.
And one dude, Paul Rodriguez, went over, or was it right? One of them went 8 minutes over, like, and he just gave him money, like, which, look, I'm not a problematic person, but I have been known to like be a light runner a little, like, and I've worked on that. I've really worked on it, and then I have given those. But don't you like, I've told him, like, just take the money, man. I don't need.
Don't you think if you're killing, you kind of can do that? Like,
no, dog. See, okay, dog. I thought you were smart. Right? It's like that. I knew there was something about you. See, you need to go to therapy because the fact that you think you're so entitled. If you're killing,
no. I'm not saying me. I'm saying like you. If you
no, it is rude and it is selfish. And in therapy,
you have your times. You have your stage time. That's it. Honestly.
Yeah, and I believe that it's selfish to me thinking that my time is more important than anyone else's. And that is incredible. Right. And I don't know where it came from. When I learned that in therapy, I was like, I know. You know what I mean? And yeah, no. Because they also, producers get mad at you because it's not their club. It's like they're renting the room, and sometimes even if there's nothing after it, there's an agreement that this goes out, and they get charged sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And so you going 8 minutes over, and you're the closer, and you're 3 applause, 14 applause breaks, because everyone's throwing money and get off the stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you're right.
Because you wouldn't do that if there was a taping.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't do that. And because people do wild shit, but when they get to the improv, they get to the fucking Laugh Factory, they get to the punchlines, the Carolines, nobody's gonna be like, hey man, sorry, I was just doing my thing. You know what I mean? I didn't see the light, but I was right next to you. And it's like, hey man, a player's gotta play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
that person is getting booked again.
Yeah, like it's like it's
they got, like, especially the Comedy Store where they got that 15-minute sets for
yeah, and it's timed. It's like, and there's a clock on some of these clubs. That's what kills me about like certain clubs is I know it's not their responsibility. It's our responsibility to time ourselves.
Right.
But it is nice when a club is like, I'm trying to help your dumbass. There will be a huge clock and you need to get off. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was great. Like, I remember who was I open for? It was Kamau. We did this one, and it was so nice. It was my first time working at a place with a clock, and I was like, why don't all clubs do this?
Yeah, I've never seen a clock.
Yeah, it's like even shows. Like if I ran my own shows,
that red light that just blinks when you're running.
And what does that mean? I mean, you got to know like a minute, But what's funny about even when I've seen people. Like one promoter told me, what's worse than a light runner is a guy who goes under.
Yeah.
Why?
Because everyone's not ready to go up, or not ready to, but like
yeah.
But shouldn't, as a comedian though, and as a performer in general, shouldn't you be ready? No, isn't that your responsibility though?
Yeah, you would hope.
If you're ready to perform that day,
retarded.
But I'm just gonna flip the table at one point.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
but still,
like with our band, like if someone goes off, like, they're like, hey, dude, you guys got to go on 30 minutes earlier. We got to be ready. We're ready for that day anyways. You know what I mean?
I would think with a band, like, because your band is like, it's an all women's band, right? So like, I just want to make sure that one. It's Luscious Jackson, right? It's like, it's called Tape Down, right? It's an all lesbian indie rock band. It's like, we're the Clits. Here at the Orpheum.
I'm gonna text my band that our new
Marco's in the Clits.
Marco's in the Clits. It looks like a tar pick.
That sounds like a great album title.
It's a guy strumming guitar, but it's a clit strumming the guitar. It's like the Clits, like opening for the Strokes.
Wait,
the Clits.
Can you tell me? Can you say that one more time for my band?
Wait, your guy's new name? What's your band's name?
Tomorrow's June.
Oh, you got to change that, dude. If they all look like you, they should be named the Clits.
It'll be a guy doing this.
I just sent that to them.
The rub.
The itchy Clits.
The itchy Clits. I'm pretty sure if you Google that, there is somewhere in the itchy Clits. They probably had one hit.
Like in Russia, radio. They got Pussy Riot. You've heard of that band?
Yep.
Pussy Riot.
That was your audience. That's a great name, dude.
And they're like, they had to leave Russia. Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
There's a 10-minute light.
Oh, see, that's nice. Too bad you don't have a clock. Maybe guys get some more Patreon money.
Maybe we build a Patreon in the first place.
Wait, you guys have a Patreon?
No, I've been
retarded. Fucking retarded. Retarded. How does a successful podcast? You piece of shit. You're the Republican. You should be about the money.
I've been saying it for years. We need a Patreon.
How is it you don't have a Patreon?
I don't know.
How are these guys? No one listens to me.
We were waiting to get a bigger following.
You have to start at some point. This is what's wrong, and you'll agree with me. It's what's wrong with people of color, man. They have no plan, dude. They have no fucking plan, dude. You know, that's how they're not gonna make it, dude. You understand it? You've got to have an infrastructure. You've got to have some kind of fiscal plan to try to make it in society. Like, he's all like, I feel like I can agree with this guy.
You have a Patreon on your podcast?
I have a Patreon now. It's OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans. You know what I mean? It's me. I get to have sex with retarded people.
Well, because like I know with Patreon,
I saw a retarded girl on OnlyFans. I was on a good run during the pandemic. I was just looking at anything and buying anything. I saw like retarded girls have huge titties, and like retarded guys have huge dicks. I used to be a teacher, and
That's how you
it is
know.
very true. I see. You know what's the great thing about being a retarded guy? They all have huge dicks.
They do?
God is such a comedian. He gave the guys that don't even know how to use them the biggest dicks. You know what I mean?
Should I leave the kid?
No, because you need to listen to this. I don't know why. You're a lesbian. It doesn't matter. But you look like a teacher, like a lesbian. You probably work at the same school.
I'm too dumb to be teaching other people.
Are you dumb?
Yeah.
You look very CSU.
You're not dumb.
I'm stupid.
Did you graduate college?
No. I went to one semester of community college.
How old are you?
27.
Well, you really look young, man.
He's open for Snoop, bro.
What?
He's open for Snoop.
You mean like open the curtains? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like open the doors to the theater?
No, we did a festival with Snoop and Ice Cube. And
Are you like a weed band?
Weed band.
Like
it made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, did you guys win a radio contest?
A pop rock band? No, our manager just happened to have connections.
You have a manager?
Yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah.
You need to fire your manager.
No, we fired that contract is done.
Yeah. This whole
Potential
thing is
lawsuit.
breaking apart.
Yeah, we have a new manager now.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm really looking
We
at
don't have a Patreon. That's the first thing.
I don't understand. I assume so much more about you.
He's been pushing for the
Yeah, but he has no backbone. You know what I mean? Like, he has no backbone. He's built like a pork rib. You know what I mean? He's just sitting there, just riding the wave, like as if like magic is gonna happen, dude. Get off your ass. You know what I mean? You're kidding. Your huge dick out there. Get the lesbian. Get this fucking gordita over here, and he has to run the boards because he paid for everything.
I keep telling him that we need to go live on TikTok.
You guys
while we're
need to do
doing
live
this.
shows.
We do.
No, I
live
mean,
podcasts?
look, bro.
Live podcasts.
I don't know why I want people who don't want to make it, right? No, you want to because you're Mexican and you work hard and you obviously know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you're teamed up with a racist. I mean, it's like you're putting your ideals to the side, right? I don't. I mean, here, go back to your bar. Mijo, why are you working? He doesn't even like us. We invite him to the party. He just stands in the corner talking about fiscal issues and how the police is not working. Why'd you invite him? He doesn't even drink Corona. He brings Bud Light. He drinks it himself. He takes all the flavor off the chicken. That's how white he would be. He's like, fucking shit, dude. No, there has to be an executive decision, and because you're nice, like you have to first just. But because you did the right thing. You didn't get your own people on one podcast. Nobody's gonna watch a bunch of Mexicans, right? No, because
that's the thing. Like, I don't want it to be Like, not that I did that, you know.
No, you need to have the female voice and the black guy voice and the dissension, you know, the voice of dissent, you know what I mean? And you're the voice of moral reason, you know what I mean?
George Lopez of the group.
You're like George Lopez over here, John. There's nothing.
That's not good, dude.
You're George Mopez.
You don't want to do that.
No, you are the Lopez of the group, but there has to be an executive decision because this can blow up bigger. Because I remember Kamel told me there's something interesting about the Bay Area because I think people, because we're so close to LA, think they're so close to industry, so it's like I'll just keep doing my thing, but once I get to LA, it's gonna happen.
Right.
Once you do something good in the Bay, you could take over, and that's what you have to do in a satellite scene like this. Is like Voice Party is a thing.
Yeah.
I see the free shirts you give these losers. You know what I mean? and comics love wearing free shit. You know what I mean? Look at all you guys. These like fucking not even screen printed. They're like transfer print shirts. You know what I mean? Which is the biggest. Are they transfer prints?
Shout out to Red
Are they heat press? Are they heat press transfers? Do you make them?
They're from our online store.
Redbubble.
Redbubble. That's still cool. I think these are cool, man. These are cool.
The other ones I got are screen printed.
But the problem with people color is like you give people color a T-shirt or a button. Look at me, dog. I'm doing something. It's like, no. Now you got to build a Patreon. Now you need to start going out to the community because this is an important show. I am older and I'm tired. I did not want to get off to do this. I wanted to sit in my apartment and be sad. You know what I mean? And maybe order a salad. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm trying to live to 60. And I got my ass up in a $50 Uber because I like you. You know what I mean? And now somebody needs to drive me to BART, not you.
I got you.
Yeah, you know, we'll get in your Subaru, right? Corolla, same thing. I mean, that's for a poor lesbian, right? And sit there, and there's so many clips, and you're not gonna edit anything. He's just gonna add one or two. Like, all right, I think we're done. All right, it's like you have the opportunity this year. Your goal, like your vision board. I mean, I know you have one, right? And you're a teacher. You have your students, your at-risk students make vision boards, right?
God, yes.
But they can't read. It's like, because they can't. They're worried about where their dads are at. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And so they're all like,
oh shit,
dear daddy. Things are going good.
What do you look
Mama
like?
has a new friend. Mom, it's a woman. She's like a black lesbian now. Has a haircut like you. But it's like waves.
That is like the thing we've talked about. Like this year, we want to just take it to the next level.
But how? Do you have to make the hard decisions. They're going to hate you. And you have to understand, one of these motherfuckers going to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get any good podcast, it will probably be him, right? Because he's going to get, because he's like, how old are you? Like 31?
36.
Same, not really, but like it's like you.
Well, I've talked about like the new setup, right? We had tables together and stuff, and I was like, "Yo, we need to do the carpet. We needed to have couches.
Yeah.
We needed to spread this out as far as like microphones behind the table.
Getting better equipment too, you know.
Better equipment. I just talked to them about better mics, right? Stuff like this, like as far as our logos.
But that's why the Patreon. You guys, if let's say your goal
needs to be upgraded,
and
for sure.
you know, if you guys don't want now, because there's the Cool Guy podcast where they don't do any they don't do false on Apple and all that kind of stuff. But if you guys want to be those guys because. There's something about, I read a lot about podcast culture and I get to talk to people because even with white slavery, even though me and Murad stopped working and I had to really rethink everything now that I'm looking for a studio and everything. There is a lot more that goes behind a show, just like any product.
Right.
It's a lifestyle. It's an intent. It's a vision. It's a mission. And
every day you're thinking and working on this little thing, like the voice party. It's on my mind every day on how to create new content or how to.
Yeah, you're like Jose Budden over here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you need to spearhead this. Yeah. Because this is an important show. I'm not sucking your dicks. You know what I mean? Even yours is 5 inches. Understanding? It's so weird that you really admitted that. Are you single? Mm-hmm. You should have lied.
I can't.
Why?
Because
who cares? Once you're inside, You know what I mean? You do what you do. But it's like, but
I got no shame, man. No
it's
shame.
really good. Would you show it right now?
Nah.
For the Patreon?
Yeah.
I'll take out my dick.
Yeah.
We'll all take out our dicks.
If we all show our dicks,
let's all stand it together. We'll all take out our dicks right now. I'm serious, dog. I will do it for the camera. Retarded. I have a retarded dick. It's drooling right now. It's like. They are huge, though. It's so crazy.
Do you think? Sorry. You think? Like, what do you think the future is for podcasting right now? Because it's. I feel like it's kind of at its peak right now.
Why do you say that? Because someone else said it?
No.
Do you really believe that?
I mean.
Well, everyone's doing a podcast right now.
Everyone's doing a podcast
and that's fine, because there is that thing where they did that facts and figures where most people spend at least, what is it, when they start a podcast, they'll spend at least 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, especially during the pandemic, everyone was like,
everyone started a podcast in the pandemic.
Because when you think about, even when you look at Patreon, or like even when you look at like certain streaming services, not so you have to pay for it, but like I was reading this thing about like with the average lifespan of a podcast, and it's a new form of expression, and I know that some people want to think of the way to monetize this, and you figure like the cream's going to rise to the top.
Right.
In the Bay Area, I mean, there is those two brothers in Oakland. They have that political one, People's Party. I think People's Party is really great. They have a Patreon, but they believe in everything they say. And there's something very political about your show, even though everything is political. Yours is it's not aggressively political, but there is a voice because, and I think you have to look at what your mission is. But I do, when you think like podcasting is right now, I still think we're in our infant stages because because I know that we like to look at all the people on top.
That's true.
But the thing is like we're not looking. What I tend to look at is not the host. I'm taking a look at the people who own the network, the people who are working on it, the camera guys, the producers.
I was going to say, there's going to be, as far as like production value goes, podcasts are going to become way more like shows.
Yeah, and that's going to be a dangerous. That's going to be weird because when you see that, then it starts becoming pilots, and then you'll see failed pilots, and then failed podcasts, and then you'll start being like
the Daily Show style podcast, like that looks like the Daily Show.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. You're seeing a lot of high gloss, podcasts where it's just dudes who don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Just being like, it's like I always think of every black
teleprompters and all that.
Yeah, it gets 3 niggas on the couch like, man, females like understand. Like what I was saying is like you should be able to hit a woman. You know what I mean? like what am I doing, dog? And you listen to white guys that sit there yelling the same shit, and it's the same voice, this weird echo chamber, and then there's women talking about I sucked his dick from his ass. I didn't give a fuck, and it's just stupid. And then political podcasts, it's just you know what I'm saying, and you listen. It's like we're on the Flag Network. You know what I mean? And it's like ska. You know what I mean? It's just like Eagles. And then you have to hear all this shit. And then you have to listen to Democrat podcasts where it's like, I'm sad. You know what I mean? I'm sad. We're on a sad damn podcast. And it's like, but in between all of that, there are people who finally have a very, like they'll represent, maybe like a subgroup of a community or a very unique niche group, but some of them are very authentic. And I think that's the thing that happens here. This is a very authentic voice. But if you guys sitting here and powwowing is like, is understanding like, what is this? What is the future of this? You know what I mean? And I'm saying these are all rhetorical questions, you know what I mean? Or things I'm saying is that like, there has to be somewhat of a covert mission of here, because once again, this is a very important show. Once again, I'm very tired. I do look like I'm on cocaine, but I am like very tired. And I love this show because I do feel like, not because the whole blow up factor, is it because it does make me angry that in the Bay Area there isn't like this. There isn't a urgency or concerted effort by a lot of people to make shows that represent Bay culture, or to say have a really distinct voice, and you guys do. You have to take advantage of that.
And that's kind of the idea when we first started this. We just were interviewing people from our, all of us here grew up in Richmond, so that was like
that's the thing.
That was the thing at first, and then it just turned into a whole other thing where started having on more comics on. Started having on people from all over, but originally. Because we all grew up from Richmond, and there's a lot of artists, musicians, like a lot of the graffiti artists that are now doing murals from Richmond. That's originally what we wanted to highlight, And it is still that in a way, you know, we still do that, but it kind of like this thing is turned into something in itself that, you know, is beyond all that shit.
Let me ask you this question. As the podcast grows, let's say that Dream Upon Dreams, Fantasy Island, the whole nine, the whole shit, like it starts to really escalate.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to having a certain hierarchy of guests, like meaning, like, let's say you get a Patreon starts getting kind of popping, that let's say your more local guests, the people on a certain tier, you put them there, but then your high profile guests, I'm not saying you should,
like on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, is that something you see, or do you see it all as one community, and you guys see more community oriented, like everyone has the same mode?
I thought about that. I thought about, like, let's say I get, you know, a high profile guest, and that's only for Patreon, and then all the other stuff is for YouTube. I think it would be a smart idea, but as a person like who watches stuff too, there's this show that I watch, and they had like they were advertising this big show. It's on. It was because I like watching crime stuff. There was two mafia guys that were on, and I think you're talking about the mafia states of America. I don't know if you know.
No, I don't like Italians.
Okay. So, they were advertising that show, and you know, then all of a sudden it was only going to be for like Patreon, and it was $40 to watch it. And I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not, you know.
Now that's going to be the problem with podcasting later on once.
Some people know about channels already doing that.
Because
you have to pay on certain things on
Vlad
YouTube.
TV. Vlad TV.
You can pay for things
Vlad
like
TV. Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, I would feel like it would be unfair for our day ones.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why I was thinking if the Patreon could be for an extended version of that.
Or you could set up the Patreon to be like, hey, give if you can, give if you want to.
Yeah, that means you're gonna get nothing.
Yeah. I think.
Well, you could be right. You could be right. Because once again, there's something called the Voice Party. It would seem really weird if we're starting to be like premium this, premium that, like if it is something where like actually that could work for something like this. I think
here's the problem with this, because I've seen this happen. So you will in the beginning, I think, see a lot of like, you'll see people give $1, then you'll see somebody give $300 because they really believe in you, right?
Yeah.
And then over time, you'll see that no one's really, unless you're like blowing up consistently at a consistent pace. But as far as going back to the priority list of guests, when this podcast blows up, putting it out into the universe,
it will.
Yeah, when this
stop thinking like a white guy. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, you think like a tall black guy with a huge dick. You know what I mean? Like good things are gonna happen.
Yeah, when. I think it's natural that eventually you're gonna have to start prioritizing certain things. It's not that we can't bring back a local friend or something with their business. That's not to say anything, but like when you do start getting to that point, and let's say people like bigger comedians and musicians and stuff want to come on, you got to understand that this is becomes a business, right?
Here's a question.
You have to have those people at priority. So if YouTube and all our views are going to be there, you have to put out more of them than we can put on our friends, you know what I mean, that are just starting out.
What about this?
You could do that.
As it grows, because I don't know if there's, I am guilty saying I look at clips, I've not seen a full show. Are there segments here, or is it just free form?
I've been trying.
Is there something that the people can like interact with you?
We were thinking about starting something like that, where old school radio shows where you could call in.
Yeah,
and that's something that we want to do. The only thing is that, for the most part, once, like for example, you showed up today. You know, I was gonna, do the.
We need to call Corday. Speaking of calls, you're fucking. Where can we do that? Because I am thoroughly pissed off, mostly at you, but like the black version of you is not here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know what though? Like, one of my favorite things to do is like when we do podcasts just as the host, right? And I came up with this like segment where we could do like a Florida man, right? So I was like coming up with like, are these real things? Stuff that you could do and play with. All right, let's hear Corday real quick.
But that's very smart. Do you guys have team meetings?
I try.
We used to.
They don't like to do
Now
it.
we just have
Wait, you don't gotta blame the fucking. Gee, what a sellout. First 48 over here.
Doesn't like to do what? Meetings? I like meetings.
We had a meeting.
We'll talk about it after. Let's get Corday on the phone.
See if he answers. I don't think he's gonna.
His phone's probably all sweaty.
Yeah.
I come to every meeting we've had that I've been invited to anyway.
He's probably making sauce right now.
Yeah, he's not gonna answer.
He's probably dropped the phone in the barbecue pit. He sit there like,
Your message for 5-1.
All good.
damn it. His phone's probably off.
Team meetings, we don't have them as often as we should.
Dog, I'm trying to tell you, dude, is this because the thing that happens?
But like the setup was like a big team meeting that we had to have.
And then we've had other team meetings too about like we've had a lot of members, not a lot, but we have some members like, hey, do you we had a meeting where like you still want to be part of this shit? Because
there's more than this, y'all.
Oh no, there's been others.
It's cycled.
It's cycled, yeah.
It's cycled.
Yeah.
This is
It
a
originally
good core
started
group.
with us three and another guy who he just started calling off one day, and then you might have known Gaspar. He was doing comedy back then. He was one of the original
Never liked the guy. Known child molester.
God.
Allegedly, no.
They were retarded.
Yeah. And it's just like I want to work with people that want to be.
You gotta. This is the core.
Yeah.
Then you know what? And let's say there's a template, because this is a very. All jokes aside, I fuck with you, bro. All jokes aside, I like your energy. No joke now. I know you don't trust me at this point, but I know you think something's coming.
And also, Corday is hella involved. Today is the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown up.
I mean, it'll be, you got to keep Corday around, even when he loses a leg this year. You know what I mean? I understand. God. It's like, when he's just hobbling in here, like, hey, guys, ready to go. He'll lose both his legs and his arms. It's be a fire hydrant sitting out there. It's a chocolate fire hydrant. He's like, hey, guys, I went out there. Doesn't matter. No, dog, I don't like that he's not here, dude. He's the one, because he's always friendly to me, and he always has this, like he looks like a case manager for ex-gang members, you know what I mean? You ever see his photos online? He's always like...
He's friendly Suge Knight.
Huge night.
Before we go, bro, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. This is the longest episode we've done in a long time.
Yeah.
I think we need to do like part 2 and 3 with you.
Yeah, man, we didn't even get to my history.
I know.
Yeah,
Spent the whole time talking about politics.
well, we tried.
Wait.
jokes.
Before we go.
Wait, okay. That Corday?
Hey, Corday, you're on air, bro. You're on air with Kaseem Bentley.
I'm on there with Kaseem Bentley.
Yeah, why aren't you here?
I'm not there because
You're at Kaiser? What's going on? You're in the cardiac wing? What's going on, dog? What are you doing?
Say again.
Oh man, you heard me. Why aren't you here, bud? That's bad for the team. Their morale's down. I had to really pep it up. I had to learn all about everyone here. Got the racist fucking producer. We got the Abbott Elementary black guy over here. You know what I mean? Looking all homeless and shit. We got the lesbian, and now we got JD. And I was looking at you. You as dark as me. You supposed to be here, dog. It's Black History Month. Piece of shit. You out there making ribs for your family. Everyone in your family can make ribs.
Yeah, but everybody can cook them though.
Oh
man, you all right? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you got them barbecue fingers. You know what I mean?
Because everybody can like season and stuff like that.
Here's the thing about it: you're not even cooking right now. You're in bed right now. I know fat people. You're sitting there, came from a night of fucking some porker. You know what I mean? Sitting there, some Miss Piggy looking bitch, right? And now you're sitting there, all laid up. You took your insulin. Now you're sitting there. Now you gotta finally get up, put on your XX drawers, and then you're gonna leave. And your team has been talking about you. They're kicking you out. They're voting today. The Republican already voted you out. White you.
I mean, it's an upgrade though. I mean,
you could make the Corday cast.
You know, they're keeping the C sound together. You know, the k sound. You know.
What?
Wait, what? Are you having a stroke?
He's roasted everyone, so you have to get some of this too.
Yeah.
No, it made me mad. I got to here. I took an Uber from San Francisco because I knew I was going to see your fucking chocolate M&M ass face. And I love you, Corday. And the fact that you here, and they said because you're here to barbecue on the Super Bowl, and the lesbian don't want to be here. He wants to go watch the Emmys or the Tonys or some shit. You know what I mean? And
He was going to watch Cal's basketball team, women's basketball team, even though they're not.
He watches.
you watch Cal women's basketball team?
Yeah.
What's it like watching a team only score 40 points? You know what I mean? Like through the whole game.
It's fun, man. It's fun.
Are you really?
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
You're very interesting.
He brings binoculars, bro.
No, I sit like floor.
You sit on the floor?
Not on the floor, but like
they let you play at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like you,
I
you
would
buy
bring
2
my
tickets, they let you play, right?
I always bring my jersey around.
You really do?
All right, bro.
No.
I'm gonna let you get back to your barbecue.
All right, for sure, man.
Man, that's some bullshit. He try to be all cool, you know what I mean? Like he wanted tickets on KML. It's like, yeah, man.
It's okay if I get
He's probably in
fired.
front of his family, so you know.
Man, fuck his family, dog. I'll fucking fade his whole family because they're all retarded. Nah, dog. Whatever it is, it's got to be gang all day.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that's what's the problem with people of color. You know, not like Republicans, they all stick together, right? You know, when they kill people too. Like, like freeze. You know, it's like 80 went to one guy. Like, it's like, hey man, what the fuck? I had to pull over the side of the road.
Oh, shit.
There's drugs in those tires. It's like a Prius.
Subaru.
It's like his car. It's a Subaru. Hey man, it's a Subaru. Like pat. You know, now man, it's like in the beginning, people want it to blow.
Yeah.
And we've all heard these stories that it's just you put in the time and effort and the blood, sweat, and tears. But if you know it's good and the people will come, but it's the other thing. Like when I was doing, for White Slavery, I remember we were like, it's my podcast, but I brought my old partner in, and because he was funny and he produced it, and I know my problem is that like I had to realize that I work better and I prefer teams, but you gotta understand is like. There's a certain point you've got to do things to make sure that you have to watch the growth and do things to get people involved. That's why I was doing the things where people can call in and I had asked crazy questions and people call in. Now like it's a gimmick. I really want to know what people think. But it helped the show and keep people. Not saying he wasn't involved because I love Murad to death. I fuck with him. But there's a point where like even all this. I know it seems like Black Dr. Phil. The fact that you were like, I do this and all that. No, everything has to be. I get it that you're like, I try to do this, try to do that. But that's what leads people to break up. It's like you guys need to have the hard conversations and you need to take the leadership, bro. I know I'm like therapizing you. And I know that people get tired of me doing that, but who's going to stop me? Who's going to stop me?
No, we appreciate it.
But all that, because this can blow up and you guys have to make a bio and a thriving site and be on and there has to be, other than the pod, a form of social media, which is Instagram and TikTok. The clips, hate to be like that, but there has to be a point even with the clips and the point there has to be a point of the show. Like if you're thinking about a segment, it has to be authentic, but it's called The Voice Party and they have all these voices, but it's odd to think, it's interesting thing if it expanded to have something where people can do something with you guys, whether it's a Discord, whether it's people call in with something.
They're more involved, like
something. It doesn't have to be a majority of the show because the show is like you're the leader and you have to be okay being the A chair, and he seems to be a strong B chair, and you seem to just want ride the rave. I'm joking, dog.
He's definitely been here the longest.
No, he looks like because you're so nice. You look like the polo bear or something. And then he is actually the secret weapon because he's racist. You know what I mean? He's the racist secret weapon. The hard R. You know what I mean? Over here. That's your new name, hard R. It's like, what is your name, your real name?
It's Phil.
Yeah, he said it.
Excuse me, like you're the world famous comedy podcast producer. Like I should have known.
I have an award-winning film on Amazon Prime right now.
I love how he gave. That's what he know. He gave me the racist thing. I have a world rating. It's on Tubi. Like it won the Richmond Film Awards. Wait, what's it called again?
Unhealthy Comedian.
It's about you.
It's about me.
Now wait. Now guess before I leave. Are you exercising? Or are you going to get surgery?
No, I'm doing neither.
But do you want to get surgery?
I'm actually trying to lose weight with exercising.
Like, what do? You eat like carb-free tortillas or something? Like, what do you do? What are you doing?
I went back to a boxing gym this year, starting like the beginning of the year.
Do you still go?
No, but I started working out on my own again, just because,
Can you afford a trainer?
Not right
That's what the Patreon should be for.
Not right now. I know, right? That would be a good, but not right now.
That would actually be interesting to kind of like make this a viewer thing. Like if you go on TikTok Live,
Well, that's
or
what originally-
or like Patreon, and be like every time you give a gift, he has to do like 30 push-ups.
Would
or
you ever
something.
do one of
be
those
more interactive.
comparison videos where you get buck naked and say, "This is what I look like right now, 310 pounds," and like 6 months later, would you do that?
If there wasn't enough money coming into the Patreon.
Wait, let's take money out the equation right now. How committed you are to losing weight? Is it now, and is it because vanity or you don't want to die at 40?
I don't want to die at 40.
Okay. So if you're really about this, I think part of the thing is like for me, if I'm going to start listening, which I will, because I need to see how this all plays out, right? Is that I want to hear about your journey because you could not do it. You could die early and just be a handsome fat Latino and get married to another fat Latina and just have these fat Latino kids just filling up a Costco, right? And running around getting mayonnaise and all that other shit, right?
And catch up.
Because there is power in your look.
Yeah.
You are a good looking, fuckable, fat Mexican. That sounded so racist.
A lot of chubby chasers come after me.
And you need to take advantage. Because how old are you?
32.
32. This is your prime fucking time. Because now you know what you're doing kind of degree. Like, how old are you?
27.
You don't have no idea, dog. You're just happy to be in it. You know what I mean? Them buttholes, right? And then and you, are you single?
Currently, yes.
Exactly. But you're the most handsome of the group. Dog, I don't give a fuck, dog. I'll never be back here again. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. You're so handsome. You don't take advantage of. You need to be talking to these fucking bitches. These retarded bitches. And you need to
canceled by association.
you need to get game up because even though you're wearing a denim vest, you know what I mean, you need to get. I'm telling you, I've gone to San Jose flea market. I've seen guys like you clean up.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to know a guy named Fat D'Angelo. He looked like a fat version of D'Angelo. And he had so much pussy. So much pussy. Even though he did have a relationship with our friend Darlene, who was like a BBW model. And it was fine. But I'm telling you, dog, don't lose the weight if you don't want to.
I'm not.
Just send dick pics.
I got to change it up. So I got to, I got to change it up. So I got to.
I know you're shaped like a soft serve, you know what I mean? And I get it, dog. But if you don't want to lose it, just be bold with these, because you mostly like Latinas.
No, I mix it.
They'll marry anybody, dude. You ever notice that about them? You ever see the lady at the hot dog carts? You know what I mean? Or you go to the salsa clubs, they'll marry him. You know what I'm saying? They'll marry you. The lesbians will marry you. They'll marry anybody, dude. They won't marry me because I'm racist. I don't need that shit, right? All right.
We're pushing 2 hours.
Oh, we are?
We're about to
edit it down.
2 episodes, man.
Driggs is on his way.
Oh, I want to get out of here for
No.
Me and him got beef, dog. She stole my chain in 2011.
For real though, before we go, I just want any closing statements you want to give to our listeners and where they can follow you and listen to your comedy.
Okay.
We're gonna edit all the retarded shit out of this.
I just want to say all lives matter.
Oh my God.
We are one people. We are one flag.
You got an album out.
Yeah, it's called Chris Rock Bring the Pain. Out on all streaming services.
Oh shit!
My next album is called Richard Pryor Live on Sunset Strip. It's all you can get it on email.
Retarded.
My new album. I can't even get up. Retarded. My new album. You're fucking retarded. On the ACLU Records.
That's been the Voice Party,
And we're out.
Yeah.
That was amazing.